What's up, Knicks Nation? Today we are going through the two-way players on the New York Knicks. That is three players. That is Jacob Toppin, that is Kevin McCullar, and that is Ariel Hukporti. So, in case you don't know what a two-way player is, here is a brief definition of what a two-way player is. An NBA two-way player contract allows a player to split time between an NBA team and its G League affiliate. These players can spend up to 50 games with the NBA team in a season, but aren't eligible for the playoffs unless their contract is converted to a standard NBA deal. Two-way players earn a salary based on the time spent in both leagues, usually higher than typical G League contracts, but lower than standard NBA contracts. So that's three players: Kevin McCullar, Ariel Hukporti, and Toppin, Chris. So I guess we can start with Ariel Hukporti. Interesting prospect he is. 7-footer. Played well in Summer League. Showed some flashes with Kolek especially. We came on, some prior episodes saying that we thought Hukporti would actually break through and possibly become the New York Knicks backup-ish center. But maybe that was us being too optimistic. Later came out that Tom Thibodeau said that Julius Randle could play in that role. But I don't know. I don't know, Chris. Maybe it could be Hukporti.
It could be, right? It could be. I mean, we did mention that, of course. We obviously didn't say to start the season, but we were saying, maybe mid-season. Who's to say Hukporti doesn't have that backup big job per se? But a lot of things would have to go right for him, right? So he'd have to show off in training camp, obviously, preseason, and then some. But you can't deny he's a seven-footer, and we saw in Summer League he's able to score a little bit. I believe he averaged about 8 points in Summer League and also grabbed about 8 boards as well. So, Ariel Hukporti showed a little bit. He's a guy who seems to have a little bit of a good chemistry with Tyler Kolek in the short amount of games played in Summer League. And I know what everybody's going to say. It's Summer League. You can't take anything from that. But look, you can't teach height, and he's a 7-footer. He's a big body with a high motor. So, in my opinion, he looks, yes, he's a project, but I think he's somebody who could surprise us down the line.
He could. And look, in 2021, he played for an Australian National Basketball League, Melbourne United. Then in 2024, Hukporti signed with Riesen Ludwigsburg for the rest of the 2023-2024 basketball Bundesliga season. And then now he's with the New York Knicks on a two-way contract. He's a big body. He's a big boy. And he showed me in Summer League that, he has good skills around the rim. Like, he's a good rim runner. He's a good finisher around the rim. I know it's Summer League, but, just watching the games, he just has a feel for the game. It's a two-way contract, so he'll get some time in the G League. I'm excited to watch him in the G League. And I'm excited to watch all these guys in the G League, honestly, because we also saw it with Deuce McBride, how that really helped him blossom into the player he is today. So I'm excited to watch him.
Absolutely. Yeah. And it's not to say, boom, straight off the rip, they're going to, make the roster, or be in the starting lineup or be the backup center. But like you mentioned, Deuce McBride, the perfect example, someone who bounced back and forth between the G League and the NBA. I could see something similar going for Hukporti. And look, he has ties to Isaiah Hartenstein, right? So they were, training together. He was kind of like a mentor to Hukporti. And hopefully some of his game rubbed off on him. So, again, more positives when it comes to Hukporti. More things I like, right?
Yes. So it's going to be fun watching Hukporti down in the G League. Now we can move on to Kevin McCullar. So when the New York Knicks picked McCullar, Chris, a lot of fans were excited because he was actually projected to go in the mid-first round before he got hurt. I think injuries have kind of like derailed him last season. I think he missed the tournament, if I'm not mistaken, as well.
Yes. So,
but he's a scorer. He averaged 18 points a game. He has decent length, decent strength, and mobility. He's a wing, 6'7", 200 pounds. Pretty good in the open court. So it's just, we really didn't get a chance to, it sucks that we didn't get a chance to see him in the Summer League.
Yeah.
But, Kevin McCullar. Welcome to the Knicks.
I was excited for Kevin McCullar to watch him in Summer League. Obviously, he was dealing with a nagging injury that he suffered at at the end of the college, well, close to the end of the college season. Like you mentioned, he missed the Big 12 tournament. I believe it was a bone bruise in his knee, and then he ended up having a procedure done, so he was rehabbing and missed summer league. But like you mentioned, another guy who was projected to go higher than he was, and because of a little bit of an injury, slipped. The Knicks were able to attain him, and he's a guy who's projecting as a 3-and-D type of player. They're liking his scoring ability at the guard spot, and he's a strong defender as well. So again, 3-and-D guys, you can never have too many. We have Mikal Bridges, we got OG Anunoby, and if Kevin McCullar's down the road becomes even half of those guys, that's a win for where we got him.
It is, and it says here he was consistently among the best defensive players in college basketball throughout his career, and that would also be his calling card in the NBA. Competes and will likely be asked to match up with the other team's best wing scorer in any event that he's on an NBA court. Defended some of every position in college and generally held his own, showing his toughness. Yeah, so his defense is it says that he was regarded as one of the best college defenders, but injuries have kind of taken a toll. What did he have last year? What was it, a knee? Like, what'd you say, a knee bruise?
Bone bruise.
A bone bruise in his knee. So, he's had some injuries on his lower extremities. You kind of don't like that, but project, right?
Yeah.
Project. Yeah. G League project. I like it. I like it.
I like it too. I mean, he averaged 18 points, 6 rebounds, 4.1 assists per game for the Jayhawks, and some of his player comps are Malcolm Brogdon and Josh Hart, which I like. Again, this sounds like possibly a Josh Hart type who's relentless on defense and, dare I say, a little bit better offensively. Who knows, right?
I like it. So it's gonna be fun watching him alongside Ariel Hukporti in G League, and I don't know. I feel like we got something in McCullar. I don't know. Maybe. I mean, I don't know. We'll see.
I'm
optimistic about everybody, man. I don't know. I feel like we got something in Hukporti, McCullar.
I'm excited for Ariel Hukporti and Kevin McCullar Jr. Two guys that I think, again, the front office did a great job grabbing these guys. They just seem to fit so well with the current squad, and you can't help but be excited. I mean, we're obviously Knicks fans, Knicks Nation here.
Yep.
We're gonna be optimistic about all of our guys, right? Because you want nothing but the best for the guys on your team. But with that said, I think these two guys, Kevin McCullars, Ariel Hukporti, they have the potential to be something for us, and that's exciting, So I can't wait to see these guys, whether that's on the NBA floor or in the G League.
We're watching a lot of G League highlights with these guys. All right, now let's move to Jacob Toppin, Obi Toppin's brother, as we all know him. Came into a few games last season, Chris, due to, injuries. We kind of needed to use him. There was times actually where he was available and Tom Thibodeau wouldn't use him, and we were like, all right, Dibs, you got to play Toppin because we're just decimated by injuries. So yeah, Toppin has also, showed a little bit of ability down in the G League, and I feel like more of the same this year for the New York Knicks regarding Jacob Toppin.
Yeah, I mean, at one point it seemed like he was kind of, dominating in the G League. He was dropping, some pretty nice stat lines out there, 20-point games here, 30-point games there. Obviously not, when you think Toppin, you're thinking about Obi and his crazy dunks. Don't get me wrong. Jacob can also go and get the ball as well and throw down an alley. But what I like from, Jacob is that he's shown that he, just like his brother, he can shoot the 3-ball a little bit. But he has some defensive chops, man. He has good feel when he's out there on defense. Obviously, it doesn't look pretty initially being out there against pros. But again, another guy who I think is a worthwhile project and is showing some promise out there.
Yeah, I mean, obviously we know him to be a high flyer. He was in a dunk contest. I think he got robbed, by the way. Remember that? Freaking they robbed Jacob Toppin because they didn't know his name. Pretty much.
Always a controversy, man. There's always a controversy.
Yeah, look, I like his game as well. Kind of raw. He's 24 years old. He'll be 25 in May, so he'll be 24 this season. So yeah, in the G League, there was some times where he was dominating down in the G League, and I'm just excited to watch these guys down in the G League, and who knows? Maybe they can develop and break through and, become in the rotation. I mean, that's the goal at the end of the day. Become a Deuce McBride.
Yeah,
that's it.
Exactly. And another reason why we're optimistic about these guys is it's the Knicks. The Knicks over the past couple of years have shown that we can develop these guys. That stigma that Tom Thibodeau always has on his back, whether it's minutes played or player development, those things are in the past. Deuce McBride is proof of that. And younger guys that we've, had to obviously give up, like Emmanuel Quickly, RJ Barrett, all guys that have improved. So, I'm excited for that.
Likewise, I'm excited to watch these guys in the G League. All right, that was a wrap for the two-way contract players. Appreciate you guys joining for another Knicks player season preview. In case you haven't already known, we're doing a player preview for every single Knick here. Appreciate you guys tuning in. In case you want to catch our last one, it's right here in the middle of the screen. I'm Anthony from Nays Nation.
I'm Chris.
We'll catch you guys next time. Peace.
Peace.